When it comes to federal affairs, education has taken a sideline for much of the media coverage in the United States. However, the State Department has not given up efforts to drive pressing issues like study abroad to the forefront.
So this question is for Ambassador Kennedy and for myself. What is a great memory from your study abroad, living abroad experiences? Not tell me.
I worked so hard. No, I do tell people, and I mean, you guys weren't completely academic, but I tell Japanese students because they do work incredibly hard and take it really seriously, and we do too, but in a different way. How important it is to, what happens outside the classroom is as or more important as what happens inside the classroom.
That was a piece of a panel from earlier today, hosted by the State Department on studying abroad with Caroline Kennedy, daughter of John F. Kennedy, who has kept true to her word in pushing international exchange as part of her agenda during her service as an ambassador to Japan.
Yeah, that's great. Tell your friends in Japan to come to America. They're all scared to come.
Yeah, that's true.
What? They're scared, right?
Yeah,
Why did you come here?
I wasn't scared. I was confident enough, so that's why I came here. And
As Ambassador Kennedy is encouraging students on the ground to go abroad, and for students abroad to bring their friends to the U.S., we talked to some other students on campus who did study abroad and found that preparation for students who study abroad, apart from groups, might be something universities need to turn their attention to, as some students claim they were ill-prepared by their university orientation sessions.
And that's, smoother. Whereas when you're on your own, especially like when I went to Rome, I was the only Baruch student in the school in Rome. So I really didn't have any family in Rome. So I think just with the orientation, it was helpful, yes, but I definitely the first month was tricky because I had to adapt, I had to find friends, I had to learn the city and the system, and so I definitely think preparation is key.
Evan Ryan, the Assistant Secretary of State for Education, told IENN that the State Department is working to not only encourage students to go abroad, but to make students more prepared to make the most of their experience.
Have y'all worked with any organizations about thinking about preparedness as far as
Oh, absolutely, and it's a big concern of ours, and we have a lot of resources online at studyabroad.state.gov where people can look in terms of learning what they need to know before they study abroad, and any questions that they might have can be addressed. We would also encourage them to go to their universities and to their study abroad offices and talk to them about the resources the university can provide and the research that they might have that's available to them. But we know that another thing that's so prevalent today is the ability to be online and share experiences and to sort of research other students' experiences before before you travel abroad and get a sense of what it might be like. There's so many opportunities to do that due to technology today, and we would encourage students to think along those lines too.
In addition to completing some of the things that Secretary Ryan mentioned, the State Department is also working to help universities equip students.
Actually, in all the programs the State Department runs, we put a lot of attention on orientations and making sure that those orientations are inclusive to all types of individuals, those more traditionally represented as well as less represented, and including individuals with disabilities so that they can navigate even physically being abroad. We also are launching, in collaboration with Arizona State University, a MOOC, or Massively Open Online Course, that will highlight some of the things that all colleges and universities need to think about, including the orientations and how to prepare their students to go abroad. And we're also doing overseas capacity building workshops in select countries, making them aware how they can attract more U.S. students and how to attract less traditional types of U.S. students so that they have the resources to deal with whether there are challenges from being homesick or feeling, as a unique individual in a society that's very different from yourself or whatever it may be.
However, one thing not brought up much by the State Department or universities are pathways for study abroad experiences outside of the classroom. The Institute for International Education released a report today noting that students are increasingly seeking out of the classroom experiences abroad. Things like field research, presenting at academic conferences, and engaging in athletic or performance events are gaining the interest of students. Bringing more awareness and providing more pathways for students to engage in these type of experiences abroad might be part of what universities and the State Department need to do to encourage more Americans to see the world. To view more from the panel today, visit our website at internationaleducationnews.com. Reporting from New York City, Jenny Abamu, IENN.